Hello there everybody, thanks for joining us again today. I'm Kim from Colour Passion, and today I thought we would do something in the green palette because I've been requested. So hello there Jen from down in Australind in Western Australia. She's been really keen to know about the Rainforest colour change or colour shift, and this is particularly lovely, so I'm going to use that one today, and I thought that would go really lovely with our Debbie Shimmer. So we're going to put that with it. Deep green, because I thought you can't have samey, you've got to have a bit of tonal change there so you can see them. Pearl shimmer, I thought we'd give that a little go today instead of white, and it's a beautiful shimmer and it can be used with many things. And then I thought we'd try something a little different. I thought today we'd use our gold super sparkle and we would mix it with our gold passion paste. So just to show you what happens when we mix the two together. So let's get busy and have some fun, and don't go away because I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, what I'm going to do is reuse this board, which I do often because I've got so many of them. I have sanded across the top lightly, and now what I'm going to do is just with my sanding pad, I'm going to sand around the edges here, because I want to have no surface tension, because then if I do this, I know that the resin is going to adhere to it. Got something to adhere to, and then we can go from there. So just a light sanding paper will do exactly the same thing. I'm just using the pad from an old one, actually, from one of my orbital sanding discs. Just want to get rid of that shine, basically. And then we can start getting into the fun stuff of pouring. Okay, that should be about right. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it down with some isopropyl alcohol just to make sure it's all clean and free of any dust. You don't want any oil on your surface because otherwise the resin can open up, and again we don't want that. Okay, all right, I shall just mix up the resin and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, here we are back again. I've just mixed the resin. I just wanted to cover off with you, with resin, it's really important to scrape around those edges regularly when you're doing your mixing, because you don't want to have any unmixed properly parts of your resin, because otherwise it will never cure properly and you'll end up with soft spots and divots in your finished surface, and you won't be able to fix that. So basically you must go around many times and make sure that you also stir across that bottom and sort of make sure that everything across the bottom is incorporated into the resin you're mixing. Okay, all right, so now I've done that. I like to have it all set out, so I'm just organised. So now I'm just going to pour in the amounts for each colour. Now if I wanted something more of one colour than another, then obviously I'm going to put more resin in. I'm going to try something different today, I've decided. I'm going to, with the gold, I'm actually going to show you how to mix gold passion, which is a paste, with a sparkle powder, and we will see what happens. Probably got too much resin mixed up, but that's okay. Doesn't matter if we've got a little bit left over, better to have more than not enough. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put it like that, like so, on the side, and then the resin will run down and around that spatula. So tomorrow when I come back in, I will just simply get that spatula, wriggle it out, and all the resin should be adhered to it and come away and leave me with a nice clean container. Okay, so today we're going to do the pour, as I said, in the greens. So I'm starting using the deep green. So basically I'm using probably about, there's probably about maybe nearly 100 mils. So I'm using about 5 to 6 grams. So just say a teaspoon. That would be more than enough, because we don't want to go over that 5 to 10% ratio, otherwise we'll end up with problems. So the next one is Debbie Shimmer, which is such a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. And I thought would go really lovely with our Rainforest Colour Shift. Really, really is a pretty colour. Just give it a good stir. Really important that your colour is properly incorporated into your resin, because you don't want to end up with clumps of colour. Today I thought rather than put white, I'm just going to use the Pearl Shimmer, which is actually quite translucent, but it's so pretty, and I just thought let's use that today. Just giving it a good stir, because the pearl often can solidify, especially in the cooler weather, and it's today here it is quite cool. It's cooling off. It's in autumn here in Australia, and it's cooling off, so excuse me. Just want to give this a really good mix, make sure it's all mixed in. If you ever do get the pearl, and it's, or any of the other colours for that matter, and they've gone a bit solid in your container, don't worry. All you need to do, make sure the lid's on firm, pop them into like a hot water bath for say 10 minutes, and they will be perfect. Once again, there's something to do with the ingredients in them, and they just set up for some reason. But look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. Okay, now here's going to be the fun. I'm going to use the Gold Passion. I'm going to give it a stir because it's been a little while since I've used this one. Now we're going to be popping that into the cup. It's like a molten lava. It's really quite pretty. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Gold Super Sparkle, just to give it a different dimension altogether. Little fine bits of dust going everywhere. Just going to stir it slowly to begin with, because I don't want any more sparkle floating around than I have to. Here we go. That's really pretty. You know what? I'm going to even add a bit more, because I can. Don't know if it needs it, but it's not going to hurt. It's such a beautiful, light, fluffy powder. It does go everywhere. Yeah, that's good. Then we're going to use this lovely Rainforest Colour Shift or Colour Change. It's beautiful. Green seems to be really in this year for some reason, and it's really can be really pretty. Okay, so we're just going to put some in. I'm just going to make sure that we combine it properly. Then we're going to have some fun. All right, so it's like, where do we begin? So I think the dark green. Actually, I've just realised I haven't put the tape on. So I will put the tape on and be just back in a moment. Just put this tape around the edge to act as a dam, so that we're going to do the pour, then we're going to let it sit probably for about 15-20 minutes, and then I'll come back, I'll take the tape off, and then it will roll over, and I'll show you when we're doing that. Okay, so here we go. No particular order of anything. I haven't thought about what I'm pouring beforehand. Basically just getting it down on there. Okay. Then we'll pour the beautiful Debbie Shimmer. Just a little bit on there, doesn't really matter, there's not much left of it. I'll just put a little bit more here perhaps. As we know, it's self-leveling, so it's going to be moving across there anyhow. Okay. Try this gold with the sparkle in it, which is going to be quite pretty, I think. Onto there. Just try and scrape out that last little bit. We don't want to waste any of it. It's so going to be so pretty. Okay. Then we will use the beautiful pearl shimmer. Not quite sure where I'm going to put this yet. I might actually run it along here because it's quite a translucent colour. And we can put a bit on the edge here, it's fine. Just to fill up the resin a little bit, the board. Alright, that should be absolutely fine really. A little bit there. Maybe just a little bit here. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit it with the torch. I'll just use this one today. Just to get rid of the bubbles that are being stirred up in the mixing process. Then I'm going to basically just move it around a bit. Make sure that all the board is covered with the resin. Because I had a pour here already, I probably could have used actually a thicker tape because it's probably going to pour a little bit over the top, but anyway, we'll just make do with it. Okay, I think what I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to torch it not too much with the butane because it can burn quite easily. Let's see how we go. Gold certainly got some lovely, lovely sparkle on it. love experimenting. You never quite know what's going to happen. Sometimes good and sometimes maybe not so good. But you know what? If you don't give it a go, you are never going to know. So just pushing that green across just a bit over the top of the gold. I just quite like how that's lacing on top of that gold. Really quite pretty. Okay. Here a bit. I'm not going too close with the torch, but far enough away really just to move it a bit. And then I'm pulling it and just basically leaving it. Okay, leave that sit for a minute now. Now, we want to add this gorgeous sparkle. So, just going to come, I think, over the darker colour. Okay. It's always hard, isn't it? Like, how much is too much? And we don't want to sort of overload it with sparkle, but just have it so that it's just very pretty and it just adds to it. Just pour a little bit here because it looks like it's just sunk a bit because there's a little amount of resin. And a bit here. Gee, it is pretty though, this sparkle. These colour changes, they really are just so pretty. All right, I think I'm going to leave it at that. So let's just let it sit and I'll come back in about 15 to 20 minutes and I'll remove that tape, show you how we do that in case you haven't seen it before, and then we'll go from there. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. I was just looking at it and I've decided, just to show you, I'm just going to add a little bit more glitter. I know I didn't want to do too much and I don't, but I just think this is just a bit boring in here. So I'm just going to come around the edge of this piece here and link it up to there. Okay, I'll be back in a little while. It's actually been probably closer to maybe 25 minutes because I sort of really liked what was happening on the edge of here and I didn't want to lose it, and I'm probably still going to lose some anyway, but we'll minimise it hopefully. So I'm just going to pull away that tape. Always pulling away from the work, not over it, because if you pull it over, you'll get a strand of resin and it will look like a strand of hair. And you certainly don't want that. Just pop that into the bin. Now, just with these fingers, I'm just rolling around to make sure that the bottom half at least is wet with resin. And I know that the top is going to drizzle over it anyway, and it'll give it something to hang on to. So far, I'm really happy with this. I think it looks really pretty. So we'll see how it all ends up. Yeah, see that's starting to come over there. I might actually put some little wedges perhaps on this side so that it tends to go more the other way. And you can do this if you see it. I'm hoping anyway that it might. I don't mind if I lose some on that side, but I don't want to lose that. So let's see what happens. See, it's cooler here today, so therefore I've got more time to work with it. If it was like it has been in the summer months, you have to work fairly quickly, and I couldn't leave it 25 minutes because it is obvious, for obvious reasons, it's hot and it will set up a lot faster than what it will in the cooler days. Today it's probably low 20s in centigrade, and yeah, I think this will be all right, although this is probably going to drizzle over the edge. Just see what I can do to help that a bit more go the other way. little wedges are great. We get them from our local Bunnings. And I think they're in the tiling department actually. Here's where I got them from. And it's really good because we just pop them in there to help it go basically the way you want it to. I'm hoping that's going to do the trick. Sometimes some of the drips that come off are so pretty. I think that's doing the trick to a degree. So anyway, let's see how it ends up, and I will pop back tomorrow and let you know how it goes, and I'll show you in the final reveal. Just thought I'd bring you down closer and show you where things are at the moment. Really loving that sparkle. It's really pretty. Some nice lacing there. Beautiful sparkle once again. A lot of that has snuck over the edge unfortunately, but that's okay. It's still a little bit there, isn't it? Hopefully it won't all fall off, but some interesting lacing effects, and that's with the pearl. So I just wanted to show you this. There we are, it's better. Just wanted to show you it where it's at the moment. So this is probably about 30 minutes after we did the pour. So I'll come back tomorrow and we'll do the reveal. Hello everyone, here we are back again to show you the reveal after our pour from yesterday. And apologies, you're going to see lots of cloud reflections today because it's very cloudy here and windy. And I've got a nose running like a tap, but anyway, we'll try and get through this the best way we can. That is so pretty, isn't it? That's the Rainforest Sparkle. And then this turned out really pretty as well. This was the Super Sparkle, Gold Super Sparkle, mixed with the Gold Passion. It turned out really, really pretty and just a real gentle sparkle, but very, very pretty. I think I will do a video shortly on mixing different combinations of things together, so it gives you some ideas of what you can do and maybe how to colour mix. This here sort of crunched up a little bit, those cells, unfortunately. That's because I put the wedges in, if you recall, to push it down this way a bit more, and of course they crushed a bit, but I think it doesn't detract too much. But yeah, that sparkle is so pretty. So I'm really happy with that. Look, I'll put all the colours that we used in the links below so you can have a look and see what you think. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video and picked up a thing or two. And if you've liked it, give me a tick, thumbs up, as they say. Or I would really appreciate it if you would be kind enough to subscribe, because I don't want you to miss anything that I'm going to share, and I'm trying to build the channel, and with your support together I know we can do it. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.